At this time, I'm going to step away from the bench here for just a few moments, and I want to recognize someone that we have in the audience that it is a true pleasure to have with us this evening. Dr. Robin Bowen. She is the president of Arkansas Tech University. Dr. Bowen is the 12th president of Arkansas Tech and the first female president of a public four-year university in Arkansas. She and her husband Doug and three children have moved to Russellville, and now we are proud to call them citizens of Russellville and Pope County. She has, her education has been from across the United States, and her last tenure was at Fitchburg State University in Massachusetts, where she was vice president for academic affairs and executive vice president and provost from 2011 until she moved to Russellville and assumed the leadership of Arkansas Tech. So will you please welcome Dr. Robin Bowen.
Thank you. I won't keep you long, I promise. And I'll tell you, I'm also glad to be the 12th president and not the 13th, but that was just dumb luck on my part. I am very pleased to be now back in Arkansas. This feels like back home for myself and for my family, and I especially am happy that we ended up in Russellville. I feel very fortunate and very proud to be part of Arkansas Tech, and part of the reason that I am so proud to be at Arkansas Tech is because of the community in which Arkansas Tech resides. I know that I've said this before, and so you've probably heard this, but an institution of higher education cannot be strong unless it resides in a community that supports it. And I think that both the university and the town are inextricably tied. The university needs the town to be strong because it needs to be a place where students want to be, where faculty want to live, and it also is important that the university give back to the community and serve the community. One of the things that I was proud to find, and I'm sure the number is much higher now, but they did a study several years ago on the economic impact of the university on the region, and it was $219 million a year. That's the economic impact of the university on this region, this region in Arkansas. And again, I'm very proud of that, but again, very proud to be here, and again, I'm looking forward to working with everyone. I also, while he's not here, would like to thank Dr. Brown for his 21 years of service. I feel like I came in and got to put the cherry on top of a lot of things. He was the one who really did all the work, made the ice cream, built the sundae, and I just came in and put the cherry on top. He really transformed the campus and did many wonderful things, and I look forward to many years here and hopefully doing many wonderful things as well. Thank you.
I just want to further state that Dr. Bowen has reached out to the city. We have been in communication and in various meetings in several capacities since she has been here, and it is a pleasure to work with her. And I'm excited about the future joint effort between the city and the university as we move this area forward. So thank you, Dr. Bowen. We appreciate you being here this evening. The second thing that I would like to bring to your attention is there is a group of veterans here. Some of you may have seen that they have veterans gear and uniforms on, and they have something that they would like to share with us. And I'm going to ask the leader of the group that is here this evening, Mr. David Cohn, if he will come forward to the microphone and share some information with us at this time.
Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be here. I'm not near as good a speaker as you are, so bear with me. I'm a Vietnam veteran. I'm a member of the VFW post, and one thing that's real close to my heart is the Vietnam Wall. I was approached a few months ago to see if we could possibly bring the Vietnam Wall to Russellville area. I've been working day and night on that since then. There's 4 different walls that are in existence out there. They travel around the countryside and go to different communities, set up and let people try to get what they would get if they went to Washington, D.C. I'm never going to be able to go there. I'm getting too old. My health's not going to do it. Likewise with a lot of the other members that we have. So we're working to bring this wall here. We realize that the city cannot do anything as far as financial to support us, but what we're doing, VFW, the Ladies Auxiliary, and the VFW Riders Group, we're putting on different programs to raise funds. At this time, we're almost ready to sign the contract to bring it here. We just want the city and the county to know, we want to know that they're behind us to do this. I have talked to the Parks and Recreation Director. He is willing to help me out to set up a spot outside on Pleasant View Park out there, and would like to bring it in sometime in 2015. What we have figured out is the amount of people that travel up and down Highway 7 and I-40 that will see this. It's going to impact the motels, the eating establishments, the service stations. Just about every business in town is going to gain something from it in the 4 days that it will be here. That's about all I can say right now. If you have any questions, I'll be pleased to answer them.
Mr. Cone, 4 of us sitting here are veterans. Mr. Stewart, myself, Mr. Robertson, and the mayor. If I missed somebody, I'm sorry.
Thank you for your service.
Okay. Thank you. What do you need to get this here? How much money do you need to get it here?
A little over $9,000.
How much? 9,000?
9,000, yes, sir.
My personal opinion is that as a community, we'd at least be remiss if we didn't make some effort to get it here. That's all I have for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Anybody else from the bench?
Well, yeah, is there a reason we can help out as a city? I mean, I didn't understand that part.
I'm sorry, ma'am?
Is there a reason when you said the city, you knew the city could not help? I drew a blank on why could we not help?
I was told that, you know, the city couldn't help financially. They could help any other way, through other ways, allowing us to do it and such. To be honest with you, I have not asked the city.
Well, I was gathering that you were not going to ask funds.
Are we prohibited by?
I don't know, sir. I'm, you know.
Mr. Smith, would you kind
Right. This is, you get into giving public funds for a private organization, and that's what you have here. That's prohibited.
How much money do you have now?
Right now, we have almost $4,000.
When do you need the rest?
Once we get the contract signed, we have to pay the balance within 45 days of the event date. We're looking for August of 2015. That's the one time that I've been told that Pleasant View Park is not being used for softball. So that's the time that we got a couple of weeks leeway in there if we can get the date that we can get in there and not cause any other program to be put on hold or postponed for some reason.
I
Okay?
understand. Thank
Mr.
you.
Smith, would this be a possible advertising promotion expenditure, or are they bound by that same restriction?
It could possibly be reviewed by the AMP Commission, correct?
one of the things that I did suggest to the group that came and visited with me was to make that presentation to A&P and see if they could possibly get a mini grant that would assist with that. So we will try to shepherd that thing along with Mr. Cohen and his compatriots to make that happen. Anything else?
Yeah, one question. You mentioned August of 2015, but you'll have to sign a contract sometime well before that in order to secure that particular venue coming through Russellville. When is the last date that you have to come up with the funding to secure that, to get a spot, to secure that spot
November the 15th.
of this year?
Yes, sir.
And how much money do you have to have up on that, for that request?
I had to pay $4,000 plus a security deposit before I can do that. We're looking right at $5,000 before, when we sign the contract. Then the balance will be 45 days before the event date, which we're hoping is August of 2015. Okay?
Do you have a phone number that you can be reached at?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay.
Let me say also that this request, there is a form where you can contribute. It is on the city website. We did get that put on the city website. But if you have that information, Mr. Cohen, go ahead and share it with us at this time.
My phone number is 479-264-9525, and I have some of these letters and pledge forms that we will be taking to the different businesses around Russellville. Phone numbers are also on the bottom of that.
Thank you, Frank. Any other questions for Mr. Cohen? Thank you, sir. We are proud to be a part of what we can do to assist the veterans, and particularly in this one interest. And thank you for taking the leadership role in making this happen.
Thank you. Thank all of you for your time. Appreciate it.
At this time, I'm having a hard time seeing the witch of the West Russellville or whatever, but we do have someone that would like to come and share some information with us. So would you please come forward, Ms. Witch?
No, ma'am, that's not what it said.
No. I said I was looking for one. Right there, go ahead. Here's the deal. I'm going to read a proclamation this evening. I'm pleased to have Ms. McGuire with us here this evening promoting this event that's coming up.
And I'm pleased to be here.
You bet. Whereas since 1992, Main Street, Russellville has been working to revitalize the heart of our city. And whereas that same year, the first Downtown Fall Festival and Chili Cook-Off was created to bring the community together and bring back people downtown. And whereas in its 23rd year, the festival has grown to include businesses, individuals, and organizations from throughout our community and beyond to celebrate our sense of place and quality of life. And whereas activities for young and old include a chili cook-off, 5K run, tour de pumpkin, bike ride, breakfast buffet, costume contest, car and truck show, arts and crafts, pie and cake contest. Let me say, I pity the volunteers for that. I've done that before, and never mind. There are pony rides, live entertainment, great festival food, and so much more. Now, therefore, I, Bill Eaton, Mayor of the City of Russellville, Arkansas, do hereby proclaim October 25th
see your better side. Thank you.
Next, I want to recognize somebody for some extra effort that they have put forth that has brought some notoriety to the city of Russellville. And I'm going to ask Kurt Jones, Director of Public Works, to escort Mr. Ben Gray up for some information about that award.
Thank you, Mayor. Betsy's a hard act to follow, especially in costume. So we'll try to hold up here. Ben Gray is our floodplain manager, and he has been for about 2.5 years. And Ben recently went to some training at up in Eureka Springs at the Arkansas Floodplain Management Association, and was surprised to win an award for the city. We were voted Community of the Year, or received an award for Community of the Year for our floodplain management practices for the city greater. They give out 2 awards, one for cities less than 10,000 and one for cities greater than 10,000. I'll say that Ben came back with this award and said he was a little bit surprised, but I've in the 2.5 years I've been working with Ben, I can say I'm not surprised at all. I've worked with a lot of different floodplain managers, and I can honestly say that I have not met another one that is more diligent about his duties as floodplain manager than Ben is. And we're very fortunate to have him over at Public Works. Some of the things that they mentioned in the award were the detention basin that we recently funded and completed, our partnership with the Corps of Engineers, and just Ben's duties overall as a floodplain manager and the management of our city's floodplains. And it is, like I say, it's a very important duty, and one that Ben takes very seriously and diligently. And Ben, we appreciate it.